James also lived in Chicago at some point, renting an apartment in the Uptown neighborhood.
Joining us now live is Matthew Doherty. He's the managing director of Workforce Risk Management team at Sikich, and he's formerly with the Secret Service, and he joins us now to give us his perspective on all this. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning.
Thanks for having me again, especially under these circumstances.
Yeah, a couple of questions, obviously. How does this happen on the New York subway system? That's where 9/11 happened, and how is there not security down there? We don't even have video of the attack, right? The cameras weren't working in the subway.
No question. And that does surprise me. I've worked with Manhattan, the Lower Manhattan Security Initiative, where there's a wonderful partnership with the private sector on integrating all cameras when they're needed. I was quite surprised that they were operational. I'm surprised they're not tested daily, if not weekly.
I read that the Secret Service did a study that said 75% of all mass shootings, there is some kind of indication that it's going to happen from the perpetrator. What can authorities do if they were to even know about this ahead of time? Can you go knock on a guy's door just because of his ramblings on the internet?
Well, there's a huge difference between, a significant difference between a threat assessment investigation and a criminal investigation. This has all the earmarkings of a targeted violence attack where a known or knowable assailant selects their target. They have a variety of motives, and this is almost textbook if he turns into a suspect. Right now, he's a person of interest because there's not enough evidence. But his postings, a variety of motives for targeted violence, bringing attention to a national attention to a perceived wrong, fame and notoriety. This has all the earmarks. So when we at Sikich in the private sector for termination cases, suspension cases concerning employees, we take a look at these postings and draw a circle around that person to see if they're potentially on a pathway to violence. And I think that law enforcement is much more progressive than they used to be for threat assessment cases, but there's still a long way to go. You're not there to determine whether a crime's been committed. That's the last thing you want. Conduct a threat assessment. It would have been nice to get this guy some court-ordered mental health treatment if he did indeed do it. And that enables you to forbid him to have weapons, possession of weapons. Not here to get into a gun control debate, but there's a lot of tools in the toolbox when you conduct a threat assessment.
Did anything strike you? I mean, obviously, this is still a person of interest. He's an older gentleman in his 60s, this person of interest. Anything about the videos that stuck out to you?
Yeah, his pronouncements and, again, bringing national attention to perceived injustice is well documented in active shooter investigations and other motivations. Obviously, he had some untreated mental health issues because he was complaining about the lack of mental health care or subpar care that he himself was receiving. So that struck out at me like, oh boy, this is a classic case of a targeted violence case where that known or knowable assailant selects their target. This wasn't an impulsive act, obviously, because of all the equipment that that person allegedly brought.
Can I ask you real quick? It seems like you're pretty vulnerable if you're in the subway. What should someone do if they're in a subway in a situation like that?
You know, the old run, hide, fight put out by the Department of Homeland Security, you should always have that security awareness. If something happened, where would I run to? Don't have your back against the corner of a subway. If you hear shootings, most people, when there is a shooting, don't recognize the sound of gunshots because of the echoes. If you have any doubts that a loud noise is a gunshot, move away from that sound. Get away and have a safe barricade, whether it be behind a podium. And last but not least, the old see something, say something is critically important. If that person that allegedly did this had exhibited those behaviors with the backpack and allegedly there's some witnesses that observed him with suspicious behavior, report it. Don't be afraid to speak up.
Well, Matt Doherty, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Matt. 7:38, new data reveals 2020.